suffering from future shock. Hurting and hating, waiting for that other shoe to drop.
Alright, so this album was cool and all, but before I get into my synopsis, let me show you guys a sign of my gratitude for the banger video we had last week. So sit back, grab some snacks, and enjoy the show. But yeah, as you guys seen, the last video I had became an overnight banger out of nowhere with tons of support from new subscribers now joining me on my journey to 1K. So as a present, I'm allowing you guys to join my exclusive OnlyFans. For only $5 a month, you can see all the Sonic the Hedgehog fanfiction I drew in the past. Huh? Why is somebody calling me? Hello?
No.
Well, alright then, I guess the OnlyFans idea is scrapped. But instead, I guess you guys can hear me break down the new Danger Mouse and Black Thought album cheat codes, being a mix of sample heavy beats and smooth bars from the Roots member to make for a nice little gem. Alright, so as I stated before, this project is pretty sample heavy with some solid production from the longtime producer Danger Mouse, bringing the same flavor that he brought with rappers such as the late MF Doom onto this project, while Black Thought from the Roots brings some of that old school boom bap choppy rapping style to make for a hip hop nerd's dream. I mean, if I'm gonna be honest for a second, I didn't even think that Black Thought was a rapper like this, with me mainly recognizing him from his late night show appearances, with him apparently rapping with Questlove since the 90s in Philadelphia. But when listening to this project, he definitely does deliver with his wordplay, giving us these more confident bars on being on a whole different plane, his musical come up, and unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I heard an anti-vax bar on here that I wasn't really a fan of myself. But I guess when going through this project is how while this project definitely is not for a wider audience, see my last video to know what I'm talking about, at the same time it doesn't really have too much that stands out for me personally, which isn't necessarily a bad thing with some of these tracks seeming pretty similar in manner, with the accompanying sample vocals being utilized in the chorus throughout multiple songs with these more rugged and old-timey beats to help carry between or even throughout Black Thought's verses. But as for the production, as stated before, it's this more slower boom bap mix of beats and vocal samples that flow together pretty nicely, with my favorites having to be on the track Aquamarine, Strangers, and Saltwater, especially with Aquamarine being the most lively to the tracks in terms of overall energy, really bringing up the spirits on the beat with the British singer Michael Kiwanuka accompanying the duo on this track as well, to honestly make it one of my favorites from this album. But there is the issue of the balancing and instrumental from the vocals, with the bass definitely seeming to drown out the muffled and scratchy mixed vocals from Black Thought, kinda making it hard for me to really get into this lyrics as much as I want to. But as for the features, I was pretty impressed for the most part. I mean, just looking at the list of rappers on this project, I already knew what I was going to get into, and my expectations were met. I think my favorite feature would have to be A$AP Rocky on the track Strangers, with this being the second time I've heard him hopping on a boom bap beat since he featured on Nas's latest project Magic that came out last year, really showing his versatility with his later and choppy rapping style that I really did enjoy. As for the other features, they were pretty solid as well, especially Run the Jewels also on the track Strangers, utilizing his quick fire rapping style that was annoyingly drowned out a bit by the beat and the accompanying white noise, but they did flow pretty well with what they were provided, making this another gem from this project. There was also Joey Badass, Russ, and Dylan Cartlidge on the track Because, with Joey coming off the pretty mediocre album 2000 to still be able to deliver pretty well with these more hard-hitting bars about reality, while Russ doesn't really bring anything to the table that impresses me, though I did like his flow. But overall, this was a pretty solid project. It wasn't anything too crazy for me personally, but I did like the more relaxed energy it gave off with some pretty nice production from Danger Mouse that hit on most angles. So to put this on the scale, I'm giving this a low 8 out of 10, being a nice little gem for hip-hop heads to really dive into. But how do you guys feel about the new Danger Mouse and Black Thought collab? What would you rate it? Let me know down in the comments by liking and subscribing. Make sure to follow my IG and Twitter, and feel free to follow yours as well if you like the illustrations. And on that note, I'll see you on Monday when I collaborate with my neighbor to make a kid with his wife. Peace.
Estrechez de corazón.